Our journey begins in Winchester, approximately an hour and a half outside of San Diego, California, at the Patterson House and Museum. A friend of mine and a frequent visitor of the museum set up this exploration for myself and our meetup group. This house is known for its hauntings, so I was quite eager to get a reading on my first official haunted house. I was graciously allowed to explore the house for an hour by myself before the rest of our party arrived, and here's what I found. The Patterson House Museum is at the end of the driveway of this historically rich property. The live-in docent, Greg Cowdery, will meet you at the street and guide you towards parking for scheduled visits. If you plan on visiting, be sure to use the restroom beforehand and bring a flashlight, as true to its original development, there is no plumbing or electricity. This late 1800s authenticity casts the ambiance for this exploratory endeavor into the places where our physical realm and the spirit realms collide. As mentioned, I had the place to myself for an hour. Let's take a look inside.
There's creepy music. And that's how you get your exercise.
I'm here in the Patterson house and I'm drawn to this room for some reason. Sorry it's so dark, but I'm really enjoying this room and I'm just feeling some feelings. Something was making me just a little bit teary-eyed. I want to take some time by myself in here and see what I can get. So far, I've seen two people. One is a young woman with beautiful, shiny, blonde hair with curls around her face. It seems like it's kind of shorter hair, which seems unusual for the time, but it just has these beautiful curls with a bonnet. So what I'm seeing is like a blue bonnet with white frills around it. And what I saw her doing was making the beds here. Then I saw an older woman. And she was also wearing a bonnet. She was heavier set. She had gray hair. And she was making the beds here. I don't know if they're two different people or maybe the one woman got older here in this building, in this house. I'm not sure yet. So I've also just gotten a man. I think he was a father or a husband, grandfather, or something like that. Some relation. He was a short man and he had heart problems. And I think that's what ultimately what he died of was heart problems. I feel pain in my chest when I see him. And he was very short. And I feel like I saw him when he was young here. He was like a handsome man. And then as he got older, where he had lost his hair and he was balding on top, had gray hair poking out on the sides. And I think, he passed away from heart issues. How the site works for me is I get images or small video clips, and it's up to me to put them together. With the right follow-up questions, I can fill in some of the blanks. It seems that the man with the heart problems is a brother or husband to the primary woman that comes through. I learned that the young woman with the golden hair is the same as the older woman that I saw. In one vision, the older woman had round wire glasses. She was sitting in the piano room downstairs. She had great pride in her home. She was smiling and pleased to welcome her house to visitors. This smiling and welcoming face and friendly feeling continued to come through during the visit to the museum. I felt this woman's connection to the man who had passed. Great sorrow for his passing that never left her. I also saw her in her early 30s traveling. She had a long rectangular window beside her. She was well dressed in dark period-appropriate clothing, complete with a hat. Rural scenes cast by the window in this small glimpse into her life. According to my friend Kristen, who arranged the visit, this must be Tilla Patterson Hudson, who was a local railroad station agent. I get so excited with these confirmations. I later learned that the house was built in 1891 by Tilla's parents, John and Maria Patterson. When I saw Tilla's photograph, there was no mistaking that this is the woman whose life I followed in my visions, the one who so graciously welcomes visitors to her home. When my friends arrived, we spent time in the dark, encouraging any spirit inhabitants to reveal themselves to our five senses. But the spirits were quiet that night. I was thankful that they were cooperative to my earlier inquiries. I enjoyed my time at the Patterson House Museum and am grateful for the opportunity to explore it. Thank you to Kristen and Greg who facilitated this adventure. My visit with Tilla will stay with me.